Hello, my name is Alexei and I'm building a visual development tool, aka no-code tool, for mobile native applications where designers and engineers can collaborate together in the same place, in the same tool, seeing what other one is doing and testing this app right in the browser or right on the mobile device. Again, all in real time and using actual UI components, not just graphical primitives. And in this case, there is no need for handover from Figma to code and syncing back and forth. They just work in the same tool and both sides basically speak the same language. So, why I'm saying you all that? Some people are asking me lately, hey, what do you think about AI? Like, who is using now this no code stuff if we have wonderful, nice AI where you can just ask what you want and it will give you? And for that, let me answer using some slides. So, when you're using AI, or how it's called now, vibe coding, of course, the effort at the start when the complexity of your app is minimal it's pretty easy. Like first few steps, they are like so encouraging and so empowering. So you believe that like the sky's the limit. But with the next following step, you realize that something is off. Every next step is harder and harder. AI hallucinates, it loses your context, it doesn't understand what you want to change. It makes other changes, not the ones you wanted, or maybe does many things together that you think that you didn't ask for, or maybe it does in a slightly different way that you wanted, and you need to re-explain it again and again. Or maybe you just realize that you want to tweak some color or sizing, and this feedback loop from you to LLM and back, it's so slow and so long. So at some point you see that you hit this wall of impossibility where like it's pretty hard to continue. When we take code, the picture is a little bit different. You need some significant effort to start. You need to understand code, you need to understand the technology, all the stuff, how it all working, and like uh, there is some big investment in order to start. But then this like the effort growth like pretty linearly. Every more if you laid good foundation, if you have good architecture, not over engineered but not like bad one, every next feature is easier to add. It's like it's more like it is pretty, you can even predict how much time it will take. And um and then that's where like you can start with the vibe code, and at some point you can transition to code. But then again, you need to put on some effort, you need to learn the code. And that's where I believe node code come to the rescue as the middle ground between both. um, if we take no code, the picture is a little bit different. The initial effort is not minimal. You still need to understand the tool itself, how it works, the logic itself. You don't need to know the code and all the like stuff under the hood, but uh, there is some learning curve involved here. And complexity, where complexity grows, the effort grows as well. And at some point with no code, you also might hit the wall of impossibility because it's like too much clicking, too much things. It's probably easier in the code. But this point is much later. And this like growth is like more also linear. But when you combine all three together, that's where I believe the magic is happening. You can start with the vibe coding, like AI, like, hey, can you create me an app like this? You explain it, you give it some screenshot examples and do some stuff. Like, hey, like, please do these things for me. And then once it's getting like slower and less like predictable to work with AI, with LLMs, you can switch to no code, like visual development. That's why, by the way, some of the AI vibe coding tools, they are adding visual capabilities, visual edits in Lovable, and I don't remember, Cursor or Cloud Code, probably Cursor added also visual edits capabilities lately, because they understand that like some things are like easier in a visual way than in prompting. And then, of course, maybe if your app becomes so complex and so advanced, you might probably need to switch to code. Of course, again, with AI assisted development as well, but it will be a different story now. So that's what I believe in the base case scenario. And by the way, in Clickly, I already have some good initial experiments with that. I generated tons of applications that are like using AI prompts, like using some screenshots or just explanations, and it gives some pretty good results. And it's all generated like in a matter of minutes without any additional tweaking. That's like kind of initial generations. Um, Another electronic library application. You see, there are some stuff that might be improved, but it's easier to improve them than going to code. It's easier here, just click on a button and let's say, hey, I want to change the styling of this button. I want to change its um, appearance. And then you go and change the background color or any other stuff that you want. So if you have any questions, ask me. I'm glad to discuss this about this topic. And thank you for your attention. Have a great day.